going to go over a few tips on how to quickly and easily find the queen in your colony. Now, usually if we see eggs in a colony, we know a queen has been in there within the last 3 days because an egg is an egg for 3 days. So we can be confident that she's been in here. But there are some cases where you might need to actually find the queen. You might need to make a split and put the queen in a nuc or another hive, or you may need to replace the queen for some reason. There are several different reasons why you'll need to find the queen at some point. And sometimes eggs don't always give you the full story. If you have treated with certain mite treatments, sometimes those can cause egg and brood loss. And even if your queen is there, you may not have eggs. Another case may be in the fall when bees are getting ready to go into winter. The queen might quit laying eggs for a period of time, even though she's still there. So anyway, we're gonna go through this colony and try to find the queen. So what we're going to do is everything that we put down, we're going to scan for the queen. She's usually not on the lid, but she really can be anywhere. So you don't want to assume she's not going to be there. So quick scan before we put this down. Put this aside. Okay. Little smoke. Now, if you have a colony with multiple boxes, it's really helpful to split the boxes to reduce the queen travel. So now that we've split them, wherever the queen is, she's staying in that box and not traveling from box to box while you are trying to find her. So we want to start in the brood area, the brood nest, the center of the colony here and here. Let's start in the bottom, and while we work the bottom box, I'm going to cover the top just to minimize the disturbance to the bees. Okay, a little bit of smoke. I'm going to remove the feeder. When you set out to find the queen, if you're beginning, it might be helpful for you to look at some pictures of queens, just so you have a solid search image in your head before you get started. So what you're looking for is a bee with about an extra third of the length of the abdomen of a worker. So long abdomen, long slender abdomen, nice big thorax. So I just started on the end frame, but I don't need to find her quickly. I'm gonna go straight for the brood nest. Well, that's right here. So we have a nice big colony with a brood nest here. Sometimes you can look and see, before you even check the frame that you pull, you can look and see on the frame ahead of you, just to check, because she does like to move away from the light and smoke. So I'm just scanning, looking for a bee that is longer, nice long abdomen, and walking around looking for a place to lay eggs. I'm just gonna smoke the edges where I put my hands. And don't let those drones fool you. The drones indeed are bigger, but look for those eyes. The drones' heads are pretty much all eyes, so they can fool you. Okay, and then I also just kind of want to look around for eggs, because usually she's on a frame with eggs. Not always, but usually. And so we're right now smack in the middle of the brood nest. So I would expect to find her any minute. Looking at that next frame before I start here. Nope. And nope. So the queen may or may not have a mark. The marks are easy to see, and they are helpful when you're trying to find the queen, and they're also helpful for knowing how old the queen is, making sure that you have the queen that you intended to have lead the hive. But you can't always depend on that when you're looking for the queen. The hive may have swarmed, the dot may have faded, or there may have been a supersedure event. So you can't always depend on that dot. So make sure that you have that search image in your head. Well, she's hiding, but she is productive. She's doing a great job in this colony, filling it out very nicely. Next frame. Okay. Nope. Okay. Usually she's not on the end. Let's just look at the end one just because. Okay. Nice heavy honey frame. It's very unlikely she is on this frame, but you never know. Nope. Okay, so she's probably in the top box. Let's go to the top. I'm gonna gently put this on top. Let me give them a little smoke so I don't squish them. I'll arrange everything later, but I just want to get this queen found right away. Okay. We put this foundation in just a few days ago, and they're already building out and filling the cells with nectar. It's really nice to see. Okay, I'll leave this out now that I've scanned it and made some room. Okay, quick glance at the frame ahead of me, and lots of nectar. Oh. This is fantastic. This hive is ready for a honey super if they, well, let's see what about these other frames of foundation we put in here. No, maybe not. Okay. This is actually a new queen. So this brood is not hers. Oh, there she is. Okay. She's easy to find because she has a nice light blue dot. Very easy. But also look at that abdomen and how light that is. This is an Italian queen, so it's a light brown color. And Italians are easy to find. The darker ones make it a little bit more challenging, but sometimes the dot helps. And definitely have that search image in your head before you even try to look for the queen. So you can see she's kind of moving around looking for a place to lay an egg, and she also has several nurse bees surrounding her, tending to her needs, antenating her body, and sharing that pheromone. So there's the queen. It takes practice, so don't be frustrated if you can't find her, and sometimes it works well to have a buddy. Have one person take one box, the other person take another box, and see if you can find it. If you can't find it, then switch. And something we do at the OSU Honeybee Lab when we switch boxes and say I found a queen that the other person missed, that person owes me an ice cream. So you can challenge yourself and your friends and how to find the queen. Just be patient, look in that brood nest, split the boxes up, look for that long abdomen, her behavior as she walks around the comb, and be patient. And remember, she can be anywhere. So she could be on the edge, she could be in the feeder, she could be on the lid, she could be on the bottom. So don't be frustrated, but just have patience and good luck.